Hello everybody, welcome to the Coaching Conversation. I'm Graham Wiley and I've been coaching business leaders for the last 2 decades. In this series we're going to explore some of the things I've seen and learned in that 2 decades and hopefully help you see how you can become more focused, more effective and hopefully happier in your life. So it's now time to sit back, relax and enjoy the Coaching Conversation. Hello everybody. In this edition of the Coaching Conversation, I'm going to talk about the 2 bedfellows, success and failure. As a coach, I guess the primary purpose is to help people be successful. But inevitably, and I suppose predictably, along the way, we bump into failure. And one of the aspects of success is that it contains failure. These are lovely old adages, aren't they? But the truth is, if you haven't failed at something, the chances are you haven't made a decision, chances are you haven't taken a risk, and therefore by definition you're very unlikely to have succeeded at anything either. Unless perhaps you won the lottery, of course. So success and failure are flip sides of the same coin. And the way as a coach you try to help the coachee deal with this is to recognise what success is, define it, be clear about it. This is what I want to create. This is where I'm going. These are the goals I'm setting myself. And this is how I'll know whether or not I've achieved them. But at the same time, and as the journey unfolds, to deal with failure. Now that might be about managing risk, that might be about trying to predict in advance the challenges you may face and how you might minimise their impact. Or it might be, as events unfold, making the best of a bad job. It may be looking at something and thinking, how do I find the opportunity here? How do I find the gift that's lost in the rubble of this particular problem? And so as a coach, your role is very much about striking a balance. It's very much about getting the coachee to realise that setbacks are only that, setbacks. They're not the end of a journey. They don't bring something to a conclusion unless you let it. And so often it's about how you can build resilience into your coachee, how you can help your coachee gain from the benefit of failure, gain from the experience of failure, the opportunity that failure creates, and go off again. Rudyard Kipling knew this. He knew this when he wrote his famous poem, If. If you can meet triumph and disaster and treat both those impostors the same, you'll be a man, my son. And given when he wrote that, there probably weren't very many management books around, there probably weren't very many self-help books around, but there was an awful lot of experience contained in that sentence. And that, for me, is the primary focus of a coach helping people with success and with failure. Be clear about what you want, define it, get clear direction about how you're going to go and do it and set off on that journey. But accept along the way there are going to be challenges and difficulties that may or may not redirect you and make you redefine the goals that you want. Which then moves you on to defining success. There's another old adage, and I have no idea who said it first, and I don't actually know how old it is, but it for me really is the best definition of success. Success is not having what you want, it's wanting what you have. And so when I'm working with a coachee and we're starting out on the journey of what are the goals, what are the objectives, my conversation is, where do you want to be in X years time or at the end of your career? Where do you want to be? What do you want to achieve? What would you be proud of? What really motivates you? What really gets you excited? And that's probably not money, and it probably isn't job title, and it's probably containing some kind of deeper meaning and some wider context of sense of purpose. And if you can strike that particularly rich vein of sense of purpose and build goals and milestones around that as a coach with your coachee, you will have ignited energy and enthusiasm that becomes self-propelling. And so it's not about simply KPIs. It's not about simply achieving a definable goal. It could be that I want to do these sorts of things in the world in my role, and along the way I will pass these milestones, which could be money, could be job title, could be size of organisation, and so on. And so success is often better described in a coaching context as self-actualization. It's making the coachee define what it is they really want to be and making the change that they want to see. So success and failure, they're part of the same thing. You can't have one without the other. And the reality is, success is about what you want it to be. It's not about having what you want. I hope it's been helpful. See you again soon. Bye. So, there you have it, the latest edition of the Coaching Conversation. Hope you found it interesting. Hope you found it useful. You can find out more about our coaching programs at theexecutivemindset.co.uk. If you want to reach out, you can send me an email at theexecutivemindset@sagegreen.com. You can book a free 30-minute session at theexecutivemindset.co.uk, which will give you a really good feel for how coaching could help you. And if you've really enjoyed the session, do please rate us, do please give us a review. And nothing more for me to say other than see you next time.